Hi everyone, today's card's going to be all about the stunning florals. You know me and my florals, I absolutely love anything to do with flowers. So I've actually cut these out of glitter card, and I think glitter card is something that, well, me personally, I don't tend to use that often, but I had this beautiful pinky lilac-y glitter card which is shed free, so I thought I would make some florals and we'll make a card together. So I've got all my bits. I've used quite a lot for this card. I'm going to put it all to one side and we'll go through it as we go along. The card base is 13.5 inches in width, folded in half and scored down the middle, so that makes that a 6 3/4 inch square card. I've cut my glitter piece at 6.5 square and another white piece on the top at 6 1/4. First thing I want to do is emboss this piece. So I've taken out the Creative Craft products, and this is the 6x6 dotty embossing folder. So just open that one up, pop that one in. Now that is just slightly bigger than the embossing folder, but that's absolutely fine. It means we'll just have an edge around it, and we'll just quickly run that one through. And now we've got this really pretty dotty effect. This is going to be popped onto the top of my glitter card, leaving a nice frame. So if we get that done, this piece I'm going to glue onto the glitter. Glue all around those edges. And in the middle. Get that nicely lined up. Turn that over and give that a nice press down from the back. So this piece now I'm going to pop up with some foam tape. So as always, a nice line of foam tape all around the edges. I think I might have to get a new one out. I'm running quite low on this one, and we might just get away with it. And pop a piece down the middle. I'm going to give all those a really nice burnish. With my pokey tool, I'm going to take my backings halfway. And we can remove that one, that middle one completely. Take back in my card, making sure that we've got that the right way around. And I'm going to get this nicely lined up. And then we can remove these tapes. So that is now our card base done. So we can set that to one side. Now within all the bits that I've cut out an octagon, and this was from the Deboss double stitched octagon, and I cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6 and number 7 within there. I've cut these out in the white, so I've got the octagon and I've got a frame. Just going to pop all the rest of that to one side a minute. What I'd like to do with this, I've got some Distress Oxides, and I've pulled out the superfine crackled. So this is a really nice crackle stamp, and it's on the grey. It's quite a thick stamp. So I'm going to use this freehand. I'm going to take the lightest colour first, and I'm going to stamp up that stamp. And this is the milled lavender. Just going to stamp that up. And you're not going to see that too much, but we know it's there. And I'm just going to fill in that little bit just down at the bottom. And now I'm going to take in the Twisted Citron, and I'm going to do the same again. So this time I think we'll go from the bottom, and then we'll turn this around, and we'll just do that tiny bit at the bottom there. So it's not in your face, it's very subtle, but we've got the milled lavender and the Twisted Citron in the crackle. Now I think I'll leave the frame plain white. So I'm just going to give that stamp a quick clean up. Pop that to one side, we can put that away in a minute. Okay, so that's the oxides. So if I take back in my card and the octagon that we've just stamped up, this one is going to go in the center just there, and then we're going to have our frame around it. This one I am going to pop down with glue because I want this to be quite flat to the card. So a nice bit of glue all around the edges and in the middle, and I'm going to get this as central as possible. Roughly about there. Now with the actual frame, what I've done is I cut out from the Sentiment Edges collection. This is just for you, and these are long strips. You get the backing strip and the actual wording. I don't want the backing for this, and this cuts out in nice long strips like this. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to pop this behind, and I want to go quite low with this, and I'm going to get that roughly there. So upside down with your frame, just going to pop a tiny few bits of glue on the edges there, upside down with your sentiment, and just, so now we've got this going on. Now I've got two choices. I can either just pop this frame down flat, or I can raise it. I think I'll raise it actually. So what I do have is a very narrow foam tape, and I'm going to start at this edge, and I'm just going to go all the way around. There we go. Chop that one off about there. So now this is going to be slightly raised. We just move that back in. just chop away these tiny bits that are overhanging. And then we need to get this one nicely lined up. And give that a little press down. How lovely does that look with that sentiment going through the centre? Beautiful. So the next thing I want to add are these swirls. This is from the Adornments collection, and this is the Splendid swirls. So I've cut 2 of those. And what I thought I would like to do is have one coming down. I don't want it to cover the writing. And this one more this way. So we could actually cut that one down. I'm going to give this one a tiny bit of shape. Tiny bit of glue on the back. Turn this around. And I'm going off. I'm not going on the frame. I'm going on the cardstock. Just give that one a nice press down. This one I want to go this way, so we can chop that down there. Give this one a nice bit of shape. Again, pop some glue on the back of that one. And this one is going to sit. Now with the florals, I've cut them out in the Floral Finery Lovely Laciness and the Floral Finery Perfectly Plain. So I've cut them out in the glitter card, and I've also teamed them up with some layers of white on a few of them, just to break up that glitter. So I don't know how many I've done, quite a few. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but we've done them, so there they are. Okay, so we need to decide which one we want to be our focal point, and I think I want this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that one down, and I'm going to pop that one just there. We need to make sure that this doesn't go over the top of the card. And I'm just going to give that a squash down and hold that for a couple of seconds. And then it's just a case of now building this up. I think we'll have a white one next to that. A 3 petal with some white leaves. I'm going to go slightly underneath. Give that one a squash down. Hold that one for a few seconds. Now we have another 3 petal one with some white in, which is going to go this side. I think that one's going to go roughly there. So with these florals, I've used glitter card, white card. I did cut the stamens, and I've put a white pearl in each one. So that's the 3 at the top. Now if we rotate that and use a white one for the bottom, and then we've got this one. Oh, I could have done with another. Well, that actually works quite nice. So just pop these down with some glue. Now with this one I am going to go again on the card, not the frame. This one I might actually put on the frame. Just lift that up slightly. Give that one a press and hold. I found with glitter card it does take a little bit longer to dry. Now I've either got this bigger one or a tiny one. I think the tiny one works better. Tiny bit of glue on there. Again, this one's going to sit actually on the frame. Let's give that one a nice squash down. How gorgeous is that looking already? Now I've still got all these florals. I could pop one there, maybe. I think what we'll do is we'll put our leaves in first and then we can decide if we need any more. Now for the leaves, I've actually cut in white the whimsy foliage, which is this white one, and then for the actual green leaves I've cut the magnificent fronds, and that's both from the Adornments collection. So with our leaves you just give those a little twist, and it's all about deciding where you want things to go. So this first one I think we'll have just there. So a nice bit of glue on the back of that one. Slightly lift that floral, get that one in where I want that one to go. That one a squash down. There's one. And then this one's going to go this side. Now with the leaves you get a left and a right facing, which makes life a lot easier. So a nice bit of glue on that one. This one I think underneath just there. So I need to just squash that one down so it makes contact with the cardstock, and then give that another squash down. So there's two leaves. Now with the bottom ones we could either do a smaller leaf, so that's the wrong way around, so that's that one. Don't know if I'm overly that keen on having the leaves at the bottom. We'll have a think about that one. Right, now we've got the beautiful fronds. So these can be tucked in literally anywhere. So I'm going to chop that one down a bit. Pop some glue on the back of that one. I'm going to go up underneath that floral. Give that one a squash down. Break that one down, give that one some shape. So this one I think will pop just up there. So a nice bit of glue on the back of that one. Lift that one up slightly. And we'll get that one just there. Give that one a nice press down. There's that one. This one I'll have along this way. A nice bit of glue on the back of that one. So this was just all about putting this together today. All about the die cutting and the design. There's that one. Now I do want some green in this bottom one, but I don't want the big leaves, so I'm going to take these tiny ones. I'm going to give that one a bit of shape. And I'm just going to slot that one in just there. I'm going to give that a press down. And then we're going to have a 2 come in this way. Do have another, actually looks quite nice just at the top there, but we need to chop this down. Give that one some shape. Pop some glue on the back of that one. Pink and green, I think, look absolutely stunning together. I'm going to pick up all these. I'm going to get that one in there. Just get that where I want that one. Give that a press down. That's better. Just constantly making sure that my florals are still grabbing. Now we do have this tiny floral, which I think would look nice just there in that space. Got another 2 leaf. Which I think we can have just in that space. I think for me as well, it's knowing sometimes when to stop. Just make sure that one's grabbed. Leave that as that is now. That is absolutely beautiful. So I've got all these bits left over. Let's probably put them to one side and use them for another project. All I want to do with this now is add a couple of random pearls, the white pearls. And I think we'll go with the middle size. So I'm going to have one. I'm going to have one in that space. I'm going to have one in this space here. So let's do those first. So let's have one up there. One in that space there. I'm going to pop one just there, and one just there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do think I need one just maybe in this space here. It sounds like I got visitors turned up, so just got that one finished in time. So there we go. How beautiful is that card? 7 by 7 roughly. Done some embossing, we've done some stamping, we've done an awful lot of die cutting, and I think that's my cue to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my little video, and until the next time, bye for now.